Hello and welcome to this. It is your Round 9 Sunday of the OPL. My name is Michael Hingis. It is an absolute pleasure to have your company. I'm joined here by Aaron Chuchu's Blend and also Brandon Juves Defina. How are you both this weekend?
Doing great.
Yeah, I've been watching you doing some OCS casting.
Yeah.
Juves, how you feeling?
Did
You
the
enjoying
finals. Outlaws won.
Yes.
And
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, congratulations to them. And then I watched you guys beat my boys' Legacy, which kind of upset my weekend, but here we
Business
are.
as usual.
Business as usual.
This is the second time I've been on the analyst desk after a win.
Yeah.
2 times in a row.
2 times in a row. Well, I think we should book you more then. That'll be good for your career potentially.
Yeah, hopefully. Longevity.
Yeah, exactly.
Just need to keep on winning.
Yeah.
Congratulations again to for your big win yesterday. Well, speaking of Juves' big win and the Sin over Legacy, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's schedule. Sin were able to beat Legacy 2-1, which means you guys are now 3 wins apiece for the split. You and Legacy, you may meet each other again in the gauntlet. Regicide pulling off an upset, a Red Smite Rammus heavy upset over Abyss in Game 2 yesterday. And then today we're going to see TM take on AV. And then it all comes down to this last game, the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, match of the week. Match of the week, I reckon. Chiefs versus Direwolves. I'm excited about that. Who knows how that's going to pan out? Because that'll define how the top 4 are finishing.
Yeah, there's 4 outcomes, I believe. So definitely the match of the week in my eyes.
Absolutely.
Match of the week for me. This is the one I'm most interested in, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, exactly. You guys could finish as high as 3rd, I think. But let us get instead to our first match of the day today. TM taking on AV. And this match, the standings are locked in, right? TM are going to finish last. AV is going to finish 5th. That is all locked in. But here are some things that could happen in this game. T-Gun could get his first win. Choose.
T-Gun hasn't won in a very long
He
time.
hasn't won an OPL match, like a full match in maybe a year or so.
and
But
I
I'm
would
excited
really
for him
like to
to
see
do
that
it.
today because, I mean, look at him. He's prepared as usual, looking good. He's a good looking dude.
I'm rooting for T-Gun. I'm on the T-Gun hype train here. Obviously, I think the match doesn't mean too much for Avant. They're probably not going to they're probably going to hide, I guess, strategy for the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And so I guess this is a game as good of a game as ever for T-Gun to win.
But as much as AV are going to try and hide things before they go to Gauntlet, they're going to want form heading into Gauntlet as well, right? Because if you get 2-1 or 2-0 by TM going into Gauntlet, you're not going to feel particularly confident.
I just think losing is never nice. And you can say...
interesting
well,
take.
Well, you can say that this match doesn't mean anything and we're not going to show stuff, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, when you lose, there's always an inkling of a doubt that creeps into your mind.
Yeah.
You would really expect AV would want a clean 2-0. They're up against the bottom of the ladder. TM on the other side are versing Outlaws. I watched that series. I casted that series, and they look really strong.
Woo.
So you'd want to probably go into that series with a good mindset that you may as well try and take a game off AV. But in AV's eyes, this should be a clean 2-0 for them.
Absolutely. Well, Juves, I know you guys were able to beat AV last week, and I want to bring up some stats you might find interesting because Triple and Blinky, 2 of the damage dealers for AV. You see some interesting stats here. Triple doing almost 1/3 of his team's damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Well, in comparison, that is like a very big disparity between the 2 damage dealers. I know I checked the stats for other teams, and for most of the other teams, it's either a really close damage share between the carries. So
like 22 to 25.
22 to 25 between all the roles. But in this one, it's significantly triples damage than the rest.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, I don't know if it's concerning or what is it.
No, I mean Triple's been a consistent player for the past 2 years, really. Like we kind of said that he wasn't really improving, but I mean, as the statistic shows, like he doesn't really need to. He's doing his job really well, and Blinky's damage percentage is really low.
Yeah.
And you just really need to think, does this mean this guy needs to step up going into the gauntlet?
Well, also, Game 2, I think the final game last week for AV, Triple did 40% of his team's damage. That's crazy.
40%.
40. I know, that's crazy.
40% against you guys.
Hingers is giving me some strategy for Gauntlet, I reckon.
Well, if you face them again in the Gauntlet, yeah, this is. I guess you got to focus Triple, right? Is that he seems to be the particular threat for AV.
I mean, in the series where AV did beat Legacy, I think it was Blinky. Blinky on Callista showed really big comfort, and I think they. I mean, you could say that your bot lane into Legacy's bot lane yesterday was a bit shaky.
Yeah, Legacy's bot lane definitely. Game 1, I would say they carried the game. They just definitely outperformed our bot lane. And then game 2, I think our bot lane solo killed there.
Something
So
like that.
shout out to my bot lane. Shout out to my bot lane.
Just sneaking that in there, are you? All right, let's take a look at TM's lineup, shall we? Praedyth is their top laner. Their jungler is only. Shock is their mid laner. Their AD carry is low. And their captain, the Goon himself, friend of the show, was on the desk yesterday. T-Gun is their support player. And he was, I'm going to tell you, I DM'd T-Gun today and asked him about an Ardent Sensible on support.
Yeah.
Didn't reply to my DM. So obviously, his head's in the game. He's not replying to my
Heads in
DMs.
the game last week.
T-Gun has a knack for getting that cheeky bicep tense in camera just quickly. He always gets the arms back, gets the biceps out.
Because you don't know when the camera's on you.
And he's, fun fact for the viewers at home, his summoner name was 120 kilo bench, by the way. Then he told me he can't actually bench 120 kilos.
He tried. He got close.
Yeah.
He got close. All right, this is AV's lineup. Their opponents across the Rift. Their top laner is Ceres. Their jungler is Sybil. Triple, 40% of their damage in the last game.
That's him.
Is their mid laner. Their AD carry is Blinky. Let's see if he pulls out the Callista. And Jake is their support player. Their captain their coach, Pinch, doing a draft in the background there. You see the bottom of his head. And yeah. Let me get you guys' predictions before we go into this match. Choose, what do you reckon? Is this going to be an AV choose?
Easy 20.
Easy
AV
20.
will 2-0, 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
All right.
I said this at the start of the desk. I said that I'm on the T-Gun hype train today.
Yep.
I'm going to go with a 2-1, only because I want T-Gun to get his first win.
Make it happen.
That is my statistic. That is my analysis. T-Gun's first win. That is the 2-1.
All right. Well, let's take a look at your tips at homeopltips.com.au. And look, not a lot of people are agreeing with you there, Juves. Only 10% of people think Team's going to take it 2-1. The majority of people,
Still got people
say
behind
AV are going to be the victors.
That 10% is just me and T-Gun's friends at the gym.
Gym buddies. It's the guy with the bum bag selling you the supplements. Let's and shout out to Uber Eats as well for sponsoring this. You know, last night, no lie, I ordered Uber Eats when I was watching SKT KT. I was watching the reverse sweep happen, and my sister was like, "Oh, let's go get Thai food." I'm like, "I'm not leaving." So I dialed up the Uber Eats. Yeah. And get this, I scammed the system, right? I signed up for a new account, got the $10 code. Mate, I'm living life.
Are you allowed to say that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not. If anyone from Uber's watching, thank you for the use the code. Maybe sign up for a new account. Sick. All right. Let us now get into let's get some tweets from you. Hashtag IMOPL or pop off in Twitch chat. Let us know what NPC you would add to the Rift and what would it do. We'll answer some of your questions and discuss them in our analytical segments. For now, it is time for us to get into our first game of the day. So let's throw it over to the casters, Spawn and Fish.
Hello, OPL fans. I'm Matthew Fisher. Joining me is Jake Spawn Tiberian, about to get into game number 1 of today. It's AV taking on TM.
I just wanted to throw you across the room then. Sorry. Instincts kicked in, Fish. But this is going to be really fun.
How is that your instinct?
When someone tackles you, Fish.
That's not a tackle.
Martial arts, you taught it. Anyway, regardless. Wow, you actually looking pretty big today. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You see, he's gone to gym, ladies and gentlemen. I have skipped the last 2 days.
I was about to say that if it was a tackle, you wouldn't know what hit you, Spawn.
Oh, come on, mate.
You'd be back in the hospital by now.
By now? It was literally 4 seconds ago.
Right, Benji would have to jump onto the broadcast. So we're going to share his select for game number 1, Spawn. And already, Blitzcrank's been banned out by AV.
That is absolutely a kick in the pants. Someone needs to go talk to Series and just explain to him that that's not how you get it done. The Goon has already said that he's most likely going to be retiring after this, attacking his champion pool in his final series. You know, I'm going to call it bad mannered. I'm just going to go right out there and say that's bad mannered.
Yeah, I know last night he was very vocal about how today all he wanted to do was play Blitzcrank.
He said if I get double Blitzcrank games, don't care. Don't care if I go out on a high or a low. Blitzcrank is all I want to do. And you can see he's a broken man. He's like, what's the point of even playing?
They're scared.
Put him top lane.
They ban out Marco. They take away Kane from Only as well. That gives the first pick right against the TM.
Maybe they're just being nice because banning Kane off Only is actually forcing him to play a useful champion. So we'll see exactly how that one works out. I'm not a big Kane fan anymore. I've stopped playing him, Fish. Tanked my elo.
Well, there's a bit of the LPL specials come out here for Avant. They picked up Cogmore first with Lulu as their second pick.
Yeah, exactly right. Some more cheese on Summoner's Rift. Sin Gaming didn't like the Cogmore Lulu lane. Said it was a little bit cheesy. Maybe they were talking more about the Maokai pathing down towards the bottom lane at level 3 Fishery. However, that is a big scaling lane. I mean, Twitch scales better than Kog'Maw, arguably, and Janna, arguably, scales better than Lulu as well. So there we go.
So double protected AD carry team comp coming out from these two teams. We should see both supports pick up the heal as well. And this is a bit of the Telecom Wars special here. Lucian mid locked in first rotation for AV.
Yeah, blind pick Lucian. That's interesting. Lucian does well into a lot of the majors at the moment, Fish. One thing that does incredibly well against Lucian, however, would just be something like Zed that can just kill him. So we'll see exactly how that works out. He's got Cleanse. Maybe expecting something like a Syndra to come out, although Lucian does incredibly well into Syndra.
I know in the LCK broadcast, they're also talking about how one of the few majors that can do well into Lucian is the Victor. Let's see if TikTok Shock decides to bring that out.
Yeah, I just want him to play Zillion. I mean, if you've got a Twitch going 3,000 miles an hour, they banned that as well, Fish. This is not good. I was going to say, imagine how quick Zillion would go, heading towards Janna with a Zillion speed up, potentially get himself one of those Righteous Glories off the back end of the Gragas, and just move at the speed of light, hunting people down.
I wonder if this makes TM want to win more. The fact that they're banning out everyone's signature champions.
It has to.
Oh, they're going to be angry.
100% has to. I wonder if Annie beats Lucian. I reckon Annie would beat Lucian.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're able to time the stun up, time your stun well, they'd be able to beat it. The Wukong hover coming out from AV here by Blinky. That's probably not going to be picked up for series. Instead, they go for Jarvan. Could still be a jungle Jarvan.
Could be. I would expect it to probably be top lane. At this stage, unless they want to play something. Renekton's already gone. Yeah, it's going to be top lane. I like the Shen pickup. I think Shen plus Assassin here would be nearly the ideal team composition.
Especially with Jarvan shown already.
Do you know what I've been playing heaps lately?
What's that?
Diana. I think Diana's good.
We had someone played Diana.
Yeah.
Was it Sin?
Yeah,
Diana?
No, I don't think it was Sin. Was it Sin? I don't know. Could have been.
I think it was Abyss. Must have been Luch.
Yeah, I think Luch played it into Sin. I think Diana is good. I think Luch was onto something.
No.
She hits like a freight train, mate. You hit 2 creeps, have your passive up, and actually get a combo off, someone dies. Guaranteed.
Do not like playing against Diana. Thank God she's out of the meta.
My goodness gracious.
They don't go for the Wukong pick. I would have liked that. A bit of salt back in the AV face, but Karma is locked in. This is a very protected Twitch-heavy team comp.
Yeah, you can definitely say that
That's all
again.
their damage.
That is all their damage. And I don't even know what build Shock goes, because the build currently is you get an Ardent Sensor on your mid lane, Karma. I assume Janna's going to build one of those, however, and the passives don't stack Fish. So, a little bit strange.
Just get it so you have higher uptime on your Ardent Sensor. Shields on shields. But the final pick for AV is going to be Jax for series. So both teams going towards the protected AD team composition, but in 2 very different styles.
Yeah, I would say that AVs doesn't really protect the AD carry. It's just got a good AD carry with the support there, and then a couple more threats. I mean, at the other side, Praedyth is going to be able to hold off Jax for a lot of this game. Titanic Hydra Shen into some armor will have absolutely no problem against the scaling of Jax, I don't think. At the same time, all the tools are there for TM to be able to take this one. I like TM's draft if they're able to stay even up until about 30 minutes into the game, Fish. And we've seen time and time again, better teams than AV have faltered against this TM lineup when they've played Protect the AD carry comps.
Yep.
So we'll see exactly how it works out.
A lot of teams have been punishing TM, however, by ganking their bottom lane repetitively and putting a lot of pressure on low as well as Tegan.
But you can see they've got themselves a barrier as well as a heal, so they should be able to get out. At the same time, it looked like Blinky and Jake both had heals. So maybe just no communication going on over on that side of Summoner's Rift.
Hopefully it's just a visual bug at the moment. They would have swapped their Summoners out because double heal, not that great.
Actually sucks, Fish. The different returns when you both hit at the same time. Nothing happens the second time around. Are you growing a beard? That's my question for you.
I can't grow a beard.
Well, it looks like, honestly looks like you've tilt your head back a little bit. You have 100% trimmed underneath.
I have.
So that is a beard that is being grown right now, Fish.
It does not grow. This is about as long as it ever gets.
But, I mean, if that's all you can rock, mate, you can still call it a beard. We'll let you have that.
It's the beard on the inside that counts?
No, it is the beard on the outside that 100% counts. Stephen Yeeki, best beard in the office. Actually, maybe Weirdy Beardy is. I don't know. We've got a couple of very good beards. Mine is not anywhere near the top of it. And we're on to Summoner's Rift for game number 1.
Let's check in with Sarian, who's hopefully talking to Cyclone about things that are relative to this game and not so much about beards.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm standing here with Cyclone. Now, Cyclone, there was so many target bans towards your players. Does this make you more hungry to come out with a win this series?
I mean, I think we're playing for pride today. You know, we can't change our place in the standings. The target band, I guess, says that AV are expecting us to pick comfort, and that's kind of interesting because it says that they don't think we have as much discipline as I like to imagine we do.
Yep.
So we're here to send a message that we're still sticking to our guns and doing what we think works.
Well, since it's the last week of the OPL, is there any chance we're going to see some sneaky outside of the box picks, or is it all just going to be business as usual?
We've always had niche picks available. The conditions haven't been met, so we haven't picked them. So if AV met the conditions, then we'll get something special for sure.
I'm looking forward to it if it happens. Thanks for talking to us, and best of luck with the series.
No worries.
Very disciplined out of Cyclone there.
Trust me, he is a very disciplined man. I was talking to T-Gun yesterday. Apparently he only believes in eating 2 meals a day. One of them involves about 6 eggs. I've seen him climb a wall upside down, Fish, as have you.
Yep.
He is a fit, intense guy at times, Cyclone, but I think he's a pretty good coach, old Johnny.
He's also gotten angry at me.
Has he?
Yeah, because during that time
yeah,
we
you
rock
were
climbing,
telling him how
to climb the wall.
Yeah.
He got pissed off. He said, it's not fun if you spoil the solution to the puzzle for me.
Well, that makes sense, Fish. Stop
So
doing it.
Just trying to help. But he is a very disciplined man, and TM are playing a very unique team composition, trying to protect low here today.
We've also got the opposite ends of the spectrum here in Blinky going towards whatever the heck the Relic Shield's called now. I assume it's just called Relic Shield. And a Cull picked up on the other side.
Wow.
So both of them obviously wanting to scale into the late game, Fish.
Just in very different ways. Blinky is trying to make sure Jay can pick up Ardent Sensor as soon as possible. Low just trying to get as much bang for
I want to
his
see
buck.
what build Low goes. This morning in C9 versus Dignitas won't spoil the results. However, we saw 2 different Twitch players, Oltec as well as Sneaky. Sneaky went for the Blade of the Ruined King, as Series has nearly solo killed Praedyth up there in the top lane. Whilst Oltec went towards Hurricane and Infinity Edge. I prefer Hurricane Infinity Edge at the moment, Fish. And because they've already forced Praedyth back, Only's being invaded right now, and that's not very fun.
Oh, does he have Smite? He does. Goes for it. We'll be able to pick up
Got
his
it.
own blue buff, so that's well played by Only.
Certainly is. I mean, at the same time, refillable potion picked up by Praedyth. He's Shen. He should be completely fine. Must have misplayed somehow, because I think Shen's level 1 and 2 Fish is nearly the best in the game. Don't know what your thoughts are on it.
I think it's really good. Jax does have a good kit very early on as well. He was able to punish Praedyth somehow. Didn't see how that happened. Sybil's going to use this time to get some counter jungling going. But Only shouldn't be too phased about it. He should be able to catch up just fine. Series now taking a good chunk of harass coming out of Praedyth, who was forced back early. Only got a refillable potion for himself.
I mean, that should be fine. He actually used a potion charge there. I don't really understand why. Praedyth, you're confusing me this early in the game. You can see that now that the wave's going to bounce back, Series wants to get the recall off. Praedyth stops him for a little bit, but should just prioritize the farm here. Jack's most likely going to teleport back in. He'll probably come back with a shield or a blade of his own Fish.
Yep. That'll just help Praedyth out with shoving the wave so he can get his own recall. So Blade already picked up by Series. He should teleport back into lane. No, he's going to walk it off.
No, he should walk that one out. I don't think he's going to miss all that much. Shock's going to pick up both creeps here as well. So that's nice CS underneath the turret. Bottom lane, you can see the recall had already come through for the upgraded coin.
As well as a Cull for
really
Blinky.
trying to race Jake and Blinky towards some form of items.
What? This is unique.
This is stupid Fish. This is taking the meta to the extreme.
Oh boy.
Praedyth really needs this to hit the turret now, otherwise he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Does get it there. He should just look for the recall, I think, Fish. And I've seen Low miss a lot of CS that should have been gimmies. He's just missed another 3. So that is unfortunate. Jake, however, couldn't pick up one of the big coins, so that's a good denial right there. I wonder how far we're going to come with the coin denials. The other thing I want to see is I just want to see Only now go back and grab a Relic Shield and just run into bottom lane. Just, you know, try lane it. Why not?
Try landing League of Legends. Don't think competitively we've ever seen one of those.
I don't think we have competitively either.
I mean, we've seen double top, double bottom, but we've never seen a tri lane.
Yep, Season 1 Worlds, we saw lots of unique things running around Fish.
We had a roaming Evelyn, roaming Alistars,
Yep.
no junglers, smiter and supports, crazy things.
I used to play Evelyn. Get this, I'll show my age quickly. where what you used to have to do is take revive and die to your Krug camp so you would get extra health. Although we're not allowed to mention revive on the broadcast, guys, so I'll just get this story in nice and quickly. And then you could only jungle because you died and you had bonus health. That was how weak Evelyn used to be in the jungle. But if you got like level 4 really early on, you would just absolutely terrorize people.
Yeah. You'd be able to... Oh, her ganks were disgusting when she had a point-and-click stun.
Yeah.
Go invisible, get a stun, win.
Well, it wasn't a point-and-click stun. Wasn't it just
It's
an
an auto
auto attack out of stealth, stun people?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just stupid.
People used
Also,
to
there was
pink
no
ward-
proximity.
People used to pink ward their own lane to stop that from happening.
Yeah, so you couldn't get stunned, so because you could see her coming. I completely remember everything that Evelyn used to do. I was not a fan of her. Now she's my second most played champion ever up behind Lee Sin, I think, because I like the changes. Oh, and T-Gun, no, oh.
Disaster. 10 CS behind. Definitely losing the race. By 200 gold in support, 300 gold for the 80 carry. It's not that drastic. Could swing back in their favor later on.
Yeah, just got to get only down there for a kill now. That's all we really need. You can see Hurricane, recurve bow, so maybe something like a Ginsu's actually fish.
Something's going
Has
wrong.
been picked up.
Something has gone on from the series though. He is falling
Yeah,
behind CS.
what the heck?
He was 400 gold behind Praetor. I understand there's a big wave underneath his turret, but that should still just equalize to about a minion wave.
No, there
lead.
isn't. He is behind a lot of CS fish.
Yep.
Also, Bramble Vest coming out first for Shen, so nothing like a Sunfire Cape or a Titanic Hydra like I thought we were going to see. Instead, just, you know, all-out tank. I like the fact that Only has just been quite uninteractive, however, in the jungle at this point, because there's always the danger that Jarvan will be able to counter-gank you early. Whereas what he set himself up for now is, you know, just some good old-fashioned scaling. His lanes are doing okay. Bottom lane obviously falling a little bit far behind, but that's all right. And everywhere else is pretty good.
Yeah, Lowe's got the triple dagger now. This is such a weird bottom lane meta.
Well, I don't know if this is meta fish. We've seen Kalista prioritized everywhere else in the world.
I mean, this is meta in the LPL. I could give you that. Maybe not so much the items, but
Sirius is nearly going to die here.
Freya's doing well after the initial blunder.
Yeah, certainly is. Sirius has a potion charge going. Also has some good vision, but he has to get out of here. Here we go, first gank of the game.
T-Gun gets a Shen ultimate.
That is great.
Submarine Janna coming out of TM. They will lock down Blinky and Shock
Goodbye,
collapses as well.
Yes, the Twitch has picked up first kill as well. That is the ideal situation. What a great gank coming out of Praetor and T-Gun. Janna, of course, is quicker than anyone nearly at level 1 without boots fish and just walks at them.
Submarine Janna. What the heck am I watching? Meanwhile, Only's gone for an invade. Knocks blue buff away.
I think he could have got that. It had 500 health, and he had a smite available, but that was a little bit weird.
Curious?
I mean, does deny it from Lucian. Lucian is actually quite mana-hungry fish. Wonder if he goes towards Essence Reaver or if he sticks with the Blade of the Ruined King into Black Cleaver.
And this is a pick that was contested between KT and SKT last night, but hasn't had much impact in the Karma lane, which you should expect. Karma just shoves out and is relatively healthy anyway.
Yeah, and the thing about Lucian is you either can farm up very quickly by spamming abilities on the wave and stuff like that, or you just kind of sit here and last hit, because otherwise you run oom. And you can see that Triple hasn't been back to base at all, so we should have a great shop. 2,700 gold for your first shop is not bad at all, fish. But it has meant that he's just had no pressure in the lane at all.
And when did Lucian start becoming a meta pick mid lane? Because it was seen as a big cheese pick for a long time to try and just destroy the opposite mid laner, but he should be happy that he's just farming at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be a little bit more pressuring the lane fish, to be honest. But, I mean, he has been quite popular for some time now. Xiaohu absolutely destroyed Faker's Orianna with it at MSI, which was quite fun to watch. No, it wasn't Xiaohu. He plays for RNG and WE went, so it would have been Xie. Apologies. Every single LPL fan is now very mad at me. But I don't cast that region anymore, so don't really care. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know when it became all that popular, but it certainly is a strong pick at the moment. Faker's shown that time and time again.
It's kind of like the 80 version of Corki, so to speak, mid lane.
Yep.
Still has very high burst damage.
Not as good
sustain
wave
as
clear,
well.
though. It's a little bit shorter range.
When the culling's up, whew, that wave clear is fantastic.
For one wave.
For one wave.
Oh, here we
Low,
go.
going for a big play bottom lane. Gets a lot of poison stacks on Blinky, but Blinky just stands and delivers. Almost kills him. Gonna be careful. Oh, good shield from Tiga. Keeps him alive.
No, that
Only
was a barrier.
shows up. That's gonna be able to... That's going to be the wild growth use. What is Low doing? He's a risky man. Still lives somehow. Flashes away. He's got next to no health and had to get a shield for that. He still wants in.
Yeah, he certainly does. Just wanted that last little bit. Still had T-Gun shield available. That first one was a barrier fish. But that's dangerous play out of the AD carry of TM. Probably wants to stick around for the end of his cull, to be honest, but I don't know if he's going to be able to because Kog'Maw underneath turret is quite deadly with those barrages that come out.
Sibyl's made his way down as well, so Twitch definitely has to go back to base. Praetor had Stand United, so I thought that was the play they were looking for.
Potentially. Jax was in the jungle as well, so they could have certainly found it, Fish, if they were going to go for that one. Maybe that's what Low thought was going to happen as well.
So, Kog'Maw and Twitch. Historically, Kog'Maw has been the hyper carry. Like, no one scales harder than him. But recently, it hasn't been so much the case.
Doesn't go towards crit anymore. So when that was the case, he was a big, Trinity Force had crit on. He would go Trinity Force, Infinity Edge, like a Zeal item, and that was when he was a very big hyper carry. Now we see a little bit of engagement here.
Ooh, T-Gun flashing forward, Monsoons them back. We'll get the heal off. Low probably going to die there. Jake, T-Gun gets the Shenyu ultimate as well. What the heck?
Where was the Stand United onto Low there?
Save Low!
Would have kept Low alive, would have given him another kill, Fish, and would have catapulted him ahead in this lane. You can see Ardent Sensor has been picked up first for T-Gun, so the race is over. We know who's going to have that.
The poor guy.
Here we go, a little bit of aggression onto Shock. Turns around, tethers him up.
Sybil wants to jump in mid lane. He's going underneath the turret, flashes for it. Cataclysm comes out, stuck under the turret. Shock will hide behind the Cataclysm and escapes the gank. Teleport was used by Shen.
Yeah,
looking
here we
to
go.
collapse.
Still has flash available. Doesn't want to really go for it yet, Fish. Jax is wailing on the top lane turret. You can see, meanwhile, in the mid lane, triple ignited Shock. He's going to die. There we go. A little bit anticlimactic.
Solo kill in the mid lane. Series now looking for that turret. Pops his ultimate because he knows he's going to take a bit of damage here. Praetor now has to be careful, but only shows up. And Series will take a pain of hurt. So I realize that makes absolutely no sense. Praetor
all right.
will flash over and takes him down.
That was a pain of hurt. The cask. Party cask. Throw it out. A little bit interesting there. Series definitely worthwhile to die for first turret. 1,000 gold nearly for yourself. As we can see, double Ardent Sensors picked up.
So AV did rush back to pick up the very early Targons as well for Blinky. Sorry, he already had Targons, but they rushed to upgrade the support item, the coin, into what looks like the cheese. It's the Nomad's Medallion, but looks like cheese. But Tiga's still won the race. Run the race.
Won the race?
I can't speak English, Spawn. This is difficult.
English, yes, Fish. You even mispronounced that word. I think it's because the couple of assists went over the Goon. Probably makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, you're exactly right. They still weren't able to get it done.
And I think a lot of people in theory crafting, is it worth going back to upgrade the item? Because
No.
it is 500 gold.
So T-Gun has done the math on it. It is definitely not worth it at the start. But as you can see, it's put him about 800 gold up. So now Jake is starting to accelerate past T-Gun. That would be the Relic Shield, as well as the earlier Nomad's Medallion, as you pointed out. But for the actual just racing to one item power spike, it is not worth it.
So which one's better to do, so to speak? Should you still raise, or should you just delay it and get more gold eventually?
I think you should just get more gold eventually. I mean, since they had Ardent Sensor in the lane, it hasn't really done all that much for him, has it?
Wits End was the first pickup by Blinky. We're already talking about how Kog'Maw goes towards these bridging items, so to speak, and his power spike's a lot earlier than most people think for this hyper
Yeah, I mean, if he goes Wits End Zeal item or even Wits End Ginsu's, he's very strong at 2 items, Fish. So we'll see exactly how he can work that one out. Only's been jungling a lot quicker than Sybil this game. That's very interesting to watch. Now Sybil's standing on a ward. Will be looking to start up Dragon. You need to be careful when you do stuff like this against Twitch. Because if he ever is there, Fish, he just lights up your whole team.
But AV are quite far ahead at the moment. They're just under
2,500
3,000 gold.
Yeah.
And Series is split pushing his way to victory top side of the map. Shen's already lost his turret. He's 30 CS down.
Might get flashed on here. Task is also available. Missed them both.
Whiffs again. We'll slow him down, and Praetor should get torn off. No flash for Series. Shock wants to lock him down. Leap strikes over the wall, but he doesn't have many places to run. Let's see if he does. Oh, he's going for it. He's in fog of war still. They only going to spot him now, and he's going to get interrupted by Only. Picks up the kill as well.
That's actually really worth for Only. You might be thinking, you know, you had to burn Flash. Why didn't you let him get away? Well, his teleport now goes on the longest cooldown because he got greedy. He didn't cancel it himself, Fish, which he should have done as soon as he saw the Gragas. And they're able to pick up the kill. So gives a respite over to Praedyth. And potential dive coming in on this mid lane again. Sybil looking for it.
On a ward again. So very good vision control coming out from TM, but they're losing a lot of these turrets.
They certainly are. You can see that Shock trying to deter them as much as possible, Fish, but not really all that much happening.
Triple turns around, throws a combo his way, but a good shield
Oh, here we
stop.
go.
So low once in. Ardent Sensor proc comes out there, but can't
only
get
one.
anything. And bottom lane turret is going to fall. So AV are really stretching TM around the map.
Yeah, and I thought that they should have unloaded there. They need to start grouping up and really making this Twitch composition work. You can see there's going to be Morellonomicon picked up for Shock. Ooh, triple.
Ooh, good dash gets him out of that one. Still has Flash and Only can't do anything about that.
Yeah, that's actually really nicely done from Only, though. Sticking with the play, making sure that they do pick up the Flash. Means that he burns the maximum. I want to see what Low has the money to buy, because if it's a BF sword, he'll be quite strong at the moment, Fish. He's going to have a Shen ulti as well as Janna and Karma shields. It's not a BF, it's only the pickaxe. So a little bit less than ideal, I think.
Blade Rune King's picked up for Lucian in the mid lane as well, whereas the Zeal already complete for Blinky.
Yep.
TM have kind of stopped the bleeding. They're only 2,000 gold behind now. But mid lane and bottom lane outer turrets are going to fall very soon. That would be a big spike of gold for AV.
Yeah, it's going to put him about 3,200 gold up or whatever it is. Certainly is a big spike. There's no dragon to really fight over. And the problem when you play these Protect the Twitch comps is if you just lose through laning this way, you never really get a chance to group up, Fish.
Yep.
And that means that their biggest win condition of having all 5 members on the same screen, or at least 4 and a Shen ulti coming in, will never really reach fruition. You can see they're trying to collapse onto Jarvan again, but it's just time and time again not working because they don't really have anyone but Only with Flash Body Slam that can start these parties. You can see Titanic Hydra Shen going up against Sirius.
Sirius more than happy to take that trade.
Yeah, I would be interested to see who actually wins it when they're both full health, Fish. I think that as soon as Ben gets Ninja Tabby, he'll be all right.
Hold mate Ben. Well, there's a lot of physical damage dealers on the side of AV. Yes, Series and Bleaky do hybrid damage almost, but it's not that much. It'll still be mostly physical.
Yep.
Maybe Cogmore will be more magic damage based.
You can see now they're looking for some form of aggression, but once again, nothing really happening. They cheated Shock over. They tried to get Only down there unspotted as well. But this is just becoming a war of attrition, and AV are winning, Fish.
Yeah, Shock's going to lose his turret here. Triple auto attack that once, pick it up. Immediately goes aggressive against Shock, throws out the culling as well, dodges away from the snare, wants that solo kill, but close, no cigar for Triple.
Yeah, very nicely played, however. Breaks the tether so the extra healing doesn't come through for Shock. That would have certainly helped him stay in that lane, but not to be. You see, meanwhile, top lane, ults have been popped.
Yeah, Praedyth doing well so far in this trade.
Yeah.
Series can't trade back quite as effectively.
And that's without the Tabby. That's what I'm saying. I think that Shen's actually pretty good into Jax at the moment. I think Shen's in a fantastic spot in the current meta. However, that means that, you know, now we're out to that 3,000 gold lead.
And AV
As well as Rift Herald being started up.
Yeah, AV make a push towards it with Triple, Series, and Sybil. With mid lane and top lane outer turrets down, this is an easy objective to take, where Bleaky and Jake, they're happy to free farm at the moment. 20 CS up over low. Bottom lane outer turret will be down in one swift push. And in fact, it will be TM that swap out. No, they don't. They look like they're moving towards the top side of the map with Twitch and Janna, but they move straight back bottom lane after Rift Herald has fallen.
Yeah, don't really understand the shop then, because Low wasn't able to build anything. Fish.
He got the scrying ult, that's it.
Certainly did. So we'll see what exactly happens here. Maybe they're expecting the swap, but they should know by now because there's some wards in the top lane brush that they're not going towards that. Instead, just more farm happening all over the Rift. And normally I would say this suits the Cogmore comp. I'm just really scared that, you know, if Low does get all the shields late game and a good ulti, that he's just going to torch them. They're not all that tanky apart from the Jarvan. And even the Jarvan hasn't really gone the full tank route. He's got himself a Knight's Vow. That's going to certainly be helpful. I wonder if Knight's Vow are going to come through to Only. It looks like that is going to be the case. So 80 carries are going to have equal protection, and Twitch is just... 80 carries are going to have equal items for protection, but Twitch is just going to have a whole team comp behind him.
And then it really And then it really comes down to, are the threats of AV
Enough to deter.
Yeah. Because TM can't just dive onto Blinky. They need to kill Siri, Sybil, Triple. They're all valuable threats to take down.
Well, they're not going to dive onto anyone. What they're going to hope is that Low gets the shield and then just presses his ult and kills them all. You can see Blinky at the moment does more damage.
He doesn't care. Turns around and barks at them.
Yep, certainly does. You can see now they're bringing Sybil down into the lane as well. Has the Rift Herald, so he can drop it if he would like to. Also, Lucian going to join the party as well now.
I like this. Holding on to Rift Herald. They don't need to force it here. That turret should fall down with this push.
It's going to be about 5,000 goldfish. This game is rapidly deteriorating for TM Gaming.
AV are taking control of this match. The threats are making the early game work against this pure
Fire
protection
Drake as
comp.
well.
And that sucks. Mid of your TM, yes, it's nice for Low, but he's the only person who uses it. Only wants to steal it, doesn't. Force the flash out.
I mean, that was a great attempt, actually. He got his full combo off, didn't get the smite, and got back out. So that would have been a clean steal if he had been able to pick it up. But unfortunately for him, Sybil was the better man on the day.
You have to remember how much this Fire Dragon helps out AP. All 4 of their threats use it, and Lulu gets a bit of a buff from it as well.
Yeah, I mean, Cogmore is more of an attack speed on hit, so he's not going to use it all that much. Series is the exact same. He's going to go towards probably Blade of the Dawn King now. Lucian uses it probably the most, and even he isn't a real raw AD user. I think that going anywhere near the Baron right now would be a mistake.
They do shred it down. Bork for triple, as well as Blinky's W. Baron can die fairly fast.
Yep. Also would be a pit where you would have no tank available to jump onto Low, and nearly a rank 2 Twitch ulti to light up the whole team.
He really needs his Infinity Edge, though. That's where Twitch starts to come online. He can
My
start the
goodness.
submarine. Level 10 to level 15. Don't take that fight, Low. He'll turn around and blow you up. Once you get a couple of auto attacks in, Triple just dashes away.
Yep.
It's perfectly okay.
I mean, Low is still relatively strong. He's item and a half. He's down 80 CS on what Triple is, and you already said about 5 levels, which is even more. But he's not all that far behind. He's only about 800 goldfish. So as the game progresses and he goes towards, you know, Infinity Edge double zeal item, he will become stronger.
And what did we see Shock pick up? Because he's not going to go towards Ardent Sensor here. Oh, he did. Ardent
Double
Sensor,
Ardent
Morello,
Saucy.
Nomicon. You have fun, Harold.
The
You've got a
expiry
long way
Herald.
to go.
Yep.
This is what happens when you don't do leg day spawn. People make you run. Poor guy.
No one has made me run anywhere. And I do leg day. Same day as back day. I put deadlifts in there.
That's not... Okay. That's a back workout!
Yeah, it's a little bit of legs.
Oh, God. Black Cleaver has been picked up here for AV. That was on triple in the mid lane, so a lot of armor shred coming out from him as well as Jarvan. Rift Herald's going to get a charge down here. Just chip damage.
Should only be one, though.
Seems like it was just expiring.
Yeah, that was certainly an expiry use of Rift Herald. Screen started flashing purple. He was just out of base. He said, where am I going to put this? Triple is a real threat right now. He's a monster.
Yep.
60 CS up over Shock, has been farming very well. He's going to have some good presence on team fights. However, double Ardent Sensor for the Twitch means that he should pretty much have permanent uptime of that fish.
He's got his Infinity Edge picked up as well, so he'll start to hurt. Knight's Vow complete for only 2, so they do have a lot of protection for low.
Yeah, I reckon they can fight now. This is the difference, right? When you used to play Protect the 80 carry comps, you used to have to wait for 3, 4 items. Now that Ardent Sensor, Knight's Vow, all these things are being picked up every game, you can kind of fight on 1.5, 2 items. We'll see exactly how it works out. Ooh, Tiga, great
good
Nado.
Cancels the EQ out of Sybil. He doesn't get knocked up. Triple will jump on top of Shock, though, and put a lot of damage into this Karma, forcing him to flash away.
Yeah, that was a little bit lazy out of Shock. He ran the cheat's way through the forest as opposed to going the long way around to get towards the turret. Actually might cost them a lot of damage onto this if they want to punish. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I also think that he should have just gone Death Catfish. Because there's not really all that much point in having the double Ardent Sensor that I can think of.
We'll go Athenes at least, because that helps out.
Yeah,
I believe
that could have been
gives you
instead of Morello.
Gives you a nice heal when you shield an 80 carry.
Yep. But they are just starting to fall further and further behind. It's up to 5,000 gold. They've already lost the Infernal Drake. So this game will be hard for TM to win now. You can see that Series goes back, gets his Blade of the Dawn King. He's completely fine. What's that second one building towards? Jorum's Fist. Is he going Frozen Mallet Shen?
Potentially. Those
Yes,
are the
he
components
is.
for it. So Frozen Mallet for Praetor.
I mean, he has done stranger things, Fish.
We used to see a lot of top laners pick it up as one of their 5th or 6th items because it was, at the time, slightly better than Warmogs. Gave you about 100 health blessed.
Yeah, but actually gave you some AD.
Yep. As well as the slow on auto attacks, which were nice. But never really as a second item unless you were Nah.
Mm-hmm.
So curious, but let's see if it works out for him.
Still trades absolutely fine.
Just has to pick his windows effectively. Only once in here. Maybe clear out a lot of wards. And Low is going towards his second Zeal item, so he'll be well and truly online.
Yeah, and this is the thing about not having to deal with the tank, right, is that you can definitely do this. Series. Ooh, if that Taunt hit, Series would have been in big trouble there, Fish. You can see Praetor still fancies the fight, actually chases him out completely.
Does a good job. He knows how to trade well, Praetor, but Series did go Bork, so it's difficult. Good taunt. That might be a solo kill picked up by Praetor.
Told ya.
Completely outplays Series.
I mean, Shen just is really good in this matchup at the moment, and now triple. Ooh!
Low's going to catch him out, gets 3 auto attacks into him. Poison stacks are ticking. He eats up a couple of the melons, and he should be fine.
Yep, certainly should be, but chases him out, and you can see that the Twitch actually hit a little bit harder than we would have thought. Now he's in on Sybil.
And they do have Stand Unite available for Praetor. Sybil is going to flash over the wall and gets knocked back by Janna as well. Low is still going, though. Submarining on top of Blink as well as Jake. Jumps on the 80 carry. Good damage. Ultimate's popped as well. Flashes for it. Gets a
Does he
heal.
get him?
Poison's
Ooh.
ticking. Forced to use Wild Growth as well. And this is why they're playing Protect the Twitch.
Exactly right, and you can see this time it's Low flashing forward, and we said that 80 carries, they need to be able to man up and really throw themselves in, and Low certainly was able to do that time around. Excited to see that, you know, with only 2.5 items, sorry, this is how much damage he already does, Fish. Triple sneaks away a blue buff. He's level 17, still 5 levels higher.
Chasing him down.
Goes back over the wall, though. They know exactly where he is.
He's not run away. Low's going to show up, throws out the Scrying Orb, finds
Dead.
him. Shock's going to collapse as well. Triple will flash, throws the Culling out, but T-Gun's
comes the
right
Goon.
behind him. The ganking Janna has arrived, gets turned on, but runs away and only will take up the rest of the damage, giving Low another kill.
Exactly right. And right now, they're getting the money onto the person they want it on the most. They shut down Triple, who was farming up an absolute storm, and they're holding the inner turrets. And the gold lead has not budged from about 4.5, 5,000 gold. And the longer this game goes, the easier it is for, you know, TM to just set up around an objective and say, you have to come to us. Especially if Praetor can continue to hold this split push.
And he's gone back and picked up a Warden Smell, which does very well into Jax. Will reduce a lot of his attack speed when he gets any attacks off. Redemption's picked up too by Tegan. So his shields and heals will be increased phenomenally thanks to those 2 items.
Yeah, now maybe just a Mikhail's needs to be picked up, and you would think that he's pretty much all good.
So Cloud Dragon picked up by AV here, which is not too big, but does spark a spawn of Infernal next. Low has jumped on top of Jake, gets good damage down. Not enough crits there, unfortunately. Good players just crit more.
That's exactly right. However, is moving towards most likely Static Shiv is his next item, Fish. I would like to see. Not really a big fan of Rapid Fire Cannon Twitch. See what he goes towards, however.
That would make his AoE insane. His ultimate already makes his attacks go through a straight line. Yep. Hurricane as well, Static Shiv. Ooh, that's a bit dirty.
And time again, they're just walking out of Fog of War and just looking for some picks. You can see that they've just stopped giving farm over onto the Karma. She doesn't really need it anymore. Got the items that she cares about, and as long as Low continues to farm up, they're going to be completely fine.
I love to see the gold, though, because I think Janna might be catching up. 8,000 gold to 9,000 gold between Karma and Janna.
Well, I mean, Jake has more gold, nearly, than what Low does.
Jake's got more gold than Sybil.
Yep. This is the meta we're now in.
Yep, we have
get
double
Juves
support for TM.
Get Juves to explain it to you how much junglers currently suck. Because he will very happily talk to you about what his job is on the current patch.
He's explained it to me before. It's an interesting talk. Rageblade has been picked up by Blinky, though, so that completes the first power spike for Cogmore.
I mean, I think that's actually the strongest Cogmore gets now. I don't think he gets any better as the game goes on. I would like to see him go towards probably a Frozen Mallet. But apart from that, I don't think he gets any better, Fish.
So would you say he's more of an early game champion now? 'Cause
Yeah,
his build is
100%.
cheaper. He spikes earlier.
Yep. I would definitely say that. I think they need to get low back for his second Zeal item, however. They are kind of just wandering through the jungle a little bit aimlessly at the moment.
Yeah, if he has enough, that's going to be a big item purchase. Praetor playing really well against Series. Knows he can't trade. He can't trade against him right out in the open.
Yep.
He's got his Random's Omen.
And you can see they're sending 3 members back right now. They need to be careful they don't give away a Baron, because that would be one thing that would very much swing the game back into AV's favour. Another thing would be if Shock just dies.
Oh, he's going to be able to use the shield to keep himself alive.
And
but
that might
Ignite
be
was
the
ticking.
Baron.
So they've started up. Blinky does shred through it, but they
Oh,
need
Shock has
Jake.
TP.
So they need Jake over there. Sorry, Triple, because he does the percentage damage from Blade of Ruin King here. Only's going to jump in. Low is close by, still stealth. Hops
we
out in
go.
the open, sprays and prays. Sybil jumps in. All the shields on the Twitch. No one can kill that guy at the moment. Praetor will come back in. They've already got Tigum though. Series is teleporting into the fight. Low's ultimate has expired. Double kill picked up by Triple. Low now getting jumped on. That's a triple for Triple. Make that a quadra. No, it's not. Series steals it away, and that's going to be Baron to AV.
And the problem was is that they just weren't all there at the same time, and now Siri's going to continue to chase through, looking for that quadra that you mentioned, Fish.
That's an ace, picked up by AV, nice and easy. Using all the shields on Low so early, but AV disengaged quite well.
Yeah, and the problem was is that Low was sitting on a lot of gold. You can see that he goes back, he completes his next item, probably has a little bit left over still. And they just needed to stagger their backs a little bit better. We'll take another look at it here. Only goes in a little bit early. Low pops out of stealth and is able to get all the damage down, but you can see that he gets interrupted and then gets a very good polymorph off, in which case he's just doing no damage while his ulti is up. That's why I thought the Mikhails would be very crucial for him to be able to live through this. And unfortunately, when your shields are gone and your front line's expired, you just can't do anything.
If Low had all the shields in the front line right there, that would have been a one-team fight, especially with his ultimate up. But doesn't work out for TM.
And now they're 10,000 gold behind. And we can see that already they're looking to continue to siege down. They've got the split push reset up. Praetor isn't trying to match the Jax at the moment, which is a little bit different.
Now the threat on Navy isn't really blinking. Yes, he does a lot of damage, but Triple is level 18
Yeah, Triple's the big one.
with 5 items on Lucian. He's the hyper carry at the moment.
Yeah, and he's got the Infinity Edge, so he's certainly doing more damage if he can get in that range, Fish. They need to look to get a Last Whisper onto Low now. And I think that they really need a Mikhails.
Tegan's still sitting on his 3 items here. Meanwhile, Triple's just
Unlucky.
killed 1, going for the second, make that a double.
Yeah, that's game. Right there. Triple absolutely destroys them. Wins the 2-on-1. You thought that the Twitch comp was going to be able to come online, but unfortunately AV were just able to stay ahead the whole game, Fish. And that means that now their base is in shambles.
Well, Series will fall here as 3 members of TM work together to take him down, but that's 2 inhibitors going to fall here, and AV say, you know what?
Still 20 seconds.
Yeah, you can take down our top laner. We'll just finish the game. 20 seconds on Low. There is no damage from this TM lineup. All their damage has been put into the basket of Low. Only can't stand up to the Cockmore or the Lucian, who gets a Knight's Vow for great measure as well. Nexus falls, and AV get a decisive game over TM.
A little bit anticlimactic there in the end, Fish. It
They
looked
just-
like they were scaling. They really mucked up their back timers and they got caught out, and then AV take the Baron and take the game.
It's almost as if they turned to each other and said, all right, guys, you want to finish the game now? All right, let's just go straight down bottom lane. It's game over.
That man on your screen, Triple, I think he's done 40% of the team's damage again. An absolute monstrous performance.
Yeah, he's had a couple of great seasons now. We don't talk about him too much, but he's been the backbone for AV for a long time. And still some smiles on Low's face there. It was a great team composition for TM. We thought that it was the superior comp almost, but their execution was very poor in the only team fight they had.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, they had one front to back where they weren't there at the same time. Only went a little bit too early and got chunked out. That meant that they had to really split the shields. And, you know, without Shen there at the start of the fight, it did become increasingly hard. However, I do like the fact that they seem to have found this play style that they want to continue to play, protect the 80 carry League of Legends. I think that was a little bit too full on. I didn't like the Karma. I mean, if Karma's not going to build AP for the big shields in that composition, then I don't think she just belongs in the composition at all. You know, get yourself something like the Orianna. Even if it does lose out against the Lucian, gives you a little bit more team fight presence.
It certainly did, but all around, really good drafting for AV. Seems like they knew something we didn't, and it worked out well for them. All the lanes did really well, and we saw Blinky do fine on the Cogball in the bottom lane. For now, though, let's send it back to the analyst desk to break it down a bit further.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And you ban T-Gun's Blitz, and look what happens. It's brutal. It's brutal out there.
He did well in Janna.
No, he did. He did.
I think he did well.
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't think the TM had a really bad lane bot lane. I think they laned fine.
Yeah.
They did set themselves up for success, but I think the biggest discrepancy in that game was mid lane, which is what we kind of highlighted for AV.
I think Triple was like 50 CS, like 323 CS at 27 minutes.
He was 50
50
CS
CS
above
ahead
the
of the clock.
over
Yeah,
the clock.
which is absurd. But that's kind of what you expect from Triple. So, but I don't think TM played bad. I think this was kind of an improvement.
I don't think they played bad, but I think it was more or less they just didn't know how to win. Is that a weird thing to say?
Okay,
like,
so I'll tell you,
Yeah.
just from personal experience, because I've been here, they had a good scaling composition, and I felt they were in the mentality that, let's just give top tower, let's give bot tower, mid tower is almost dead, let's give that up, we're going to scale, like we have Twitch, we've got a good composition, like let's try to get our first team fight, but like through conceding so many towers, there was, I think, a 3k gold lead, and they were 2 kills up. And CS was pretty good. Shock did a pretty good job on the Karma. I thought, like, they just picked the Karma to nullify the lane, really.
it didn't.
If he
didn't
played,
nullify anything.
yeah, but if he played Ori, you would think that Triple would have a field day. And
But does Shock play Ori?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, didn't Triple have a field day anyway?
Yeah, I guess he did. I guess he did. But
So talk us through the rest of the draft. In particular, I want to hear about top lane as well, because I feel like for you, we've been talking about Prey in series, a fair bit pre-show.
Yeah, there was a lot of target bans. There was about four top lane bans, but we did see Ceres go back onto the Jax, the champion that he does play pretty well on. But then we saw Praetor pull out the Shen, and I thought he had a really nice performance.
Yeah, like Praetor laned well, but one thing I would say is that his TP bottom lane and lost him top tower. And I think that game can go like a lot differently if Praetor doesn't lose that top tower. I'm not saying the game was his fault by any means, but like if keeping that top tower up, you keep like a lot of the pressure. You keep like pressure on the map neutral at the very least, because like he lost top tower. Jarvan can walk into his jungle. Jax pushes even deeper. They get even deeper vision. They start contesting blue buff. Whereas like Praetor was like doing really well in that lane. Like he even got a solo kill. But for me, the biggest problem was losing that tower.
Yeah, I mean, there was a nice play. I kind of thought like TM showed that they had expressed their Shen practice really well. It's definitely something they'd be preparing going into the relegation tournament and the versing Outlaws. But see, Shen ultimate comes out. T-Gun does a great job already zoning Blinky from trying to escape. Runs so far ahead that Blinky's forced to flash to the side. Kind of just burns that summoner for free. But it was a great proactive early play from TM. And since this game was so focused on the bot lane, that kind of was really nice to see, since TM falls behind early in nearly every other series.
Yeah, that play there, there wasn't much value in it. It was a good play. Sure, like they got the kill on Cogmore, but I would like to have seen that happen more than once, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you wanted them to punish the Cogmore
I wanted them
flash.
to just keep doing that. Cogmore didn't have flash. There was no reason for them not to
That's
repeat.
Do you try and give that kill to T-Gun then, so he can rush that Ardent Sensor even quicker?
I think there's
is
like
that
a
viable?
statistic where First Blood on supports is
Yeah.
actually the most efficient usage, like especially since Ardent Sensor is such a popular item. I think who got it? Did T-Gun get it? Because I know
check
that
the replay, but
because
yeah.
I know that Targans.
I think Low got it.
I know that Lulu and Janna both got Ardent Sensor
within
at the
10
same
seconds of each
time.
other, yeah.
Which I was kind of expecting
you know,
Lulu to
if
be
you had
on
that
top of that. Yeah.
First blood bonus, T-Gun, you would have got there, 30 seconds earlier,
Yeah.
come back to lane, you know.
Well, just another thing to highlight was the mid lane matchup.
Sure.
I guess I think that there was just like a free lane for Lucian, and Lucian just got the scale. And I know you were saying you weren't happy. You weren't happy with the laning.
Brandon?
You weren't happy with the laning in mid lane. You were saying like,
Oh yeah, okay. It's just I say this every week, because I'm
Well, you're
always
a mid lane
I'm
main, so
always
you-
on when TM play, but Shock just. I think he just has very little experience versing Lucian mid, because like you could see, I mean, Spawn called it out where he would take the culling and then flash kind of like when you realize, oh, it might kill me.
Yeah.
And then it's like I mean, yeah, you could just flash at the beginning, but the same. I mean, you still burn the summoner, but then also you could never put your character in that situation in the first place.
And the thing about that was like, pretty much the game was summed up for me. Was when there was a fight which was a product of Shock getting caught in a side lane. So he got chunked out. He had to base. You can see his TP coming through now, but they're pretty much contesting this Baron 3v4. It's pretty much 2v4 now because Only goes in a little bit too early, gets chunked out, and they're not actually utilizing their comp. Like you've built double Ardent Sensor, and like they don't even stack, but sure.
It's like Lowe's not even autoing there.
Okay, but like I really feel like that has like we can be nitpicky about what Lowe's doing and what Lowe's not doing, but like you didn't set that fight up for success at all. Like you're getting caught in a side lane probably for like the 4th time of that game. That was like the 4th time that Shock had to burn Flash from Illusion. So then Only walks in too early, loses 2/3 of his health, right? And so now you're expecting your Twitch and Janna to frontline at a Baron team fight 2v4.
I mean,
it sounds like a recipe to lose the game. By the way,
I think Twitch got 3 auto attacks off with his passive. I mean, sorry, with his ultimate, and then a good Cataclysm zoned him out. And I mean, he had the flash up.
She flashed in.
Well, like
you're a fan of the AD carry flashing in.
Well,
I feel like if you
there
flash
was
in,
no
you lose the game.
real tools coming out of TM to do damage. Like they built double Ardent Sensor for this guy, and if you're all the damage and you're not utilizing, Twitch has to be played around his ultimate. We're talking about this, and AV just pretty much played really well to play around that ultimate and played a bit backwards. But as soon as that ultimate ran out, they all ran forward, and Low really didn't do too much in that team fight. But TM love to play around bot lane. They've been doing it for the past 5 weeks, and it is the meta. Like, so, I mean, you know that more than anyone. But, like, it just shows that they really need to refine this kind of playstyle going into relegations.
So do you think that they stick with this Twitch comp going into Game 2?
Twitch is a good champion into Kog'Maw. I would say that it outscales Kog'Maw.
Right.
Because at 6, I know you're going to disagree with me.
Well, I'm not disagreeing. They both offer different things. Like Kog is just that straight, like front to back team fight, like hyper carry that just shreds tanks. Yeah. Whereas like Twitch is more like you're not unhappy if your Twitch is flanking. Like if your AD carry is flanking, usually you're upset. I'm gonna be like, FBI, why are you flanking? You're losing me the game, pretty much. Except like when he's on Twitch and he flanks, I'll say like, yeah, really well done.
That's alright.
These damage stats though, I feel like it's too low for Twitch. I feel like Twitch can't be near Shen in damage dealt to champs when you've built a comp like this. I'm not saying that's Low's fault, but I think that's how they played the team composition. And one thing also I want to note about this damage, sorry, Choose. What I want to note about this damage done to champs is Blinky. Triple had an insane game. He was like 40 CS above the clock, and one thing I'm disappointed with is Blinky's damage to champs.
I was about to say, this kind of reflects what we were talking about before this series happens, how Triple really just carries this team, and like 40% damage on
I think he's done it again.
I mean,
I can't calculate that
I think those numbers
I'm 600 IQ, not 700.
resemble what the percentages are before this series even happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying he's bad, but why? Like, how is Triple consistently doing more damage every game?
All right,
he was given Lucian this game.
I'm gonna jump in there and I'm gonna defend Blinky. In this game, is Triple literally was taking mid lane farm, top lane farm, and the enemy jungle.
Yeah.
So like when your Kog'Maw is like restricted to just like bot lane farm, maybe he's not gonna do as much damage. But yeah, I don't know about the rest of the game.
No, that is a good point.
But his CS across the game is 11.
11.21. That's not like you don't see that every day. Percentage of team gold,
Insane.
24%. Yeah. Great game, really. I mean, do they blind pick Lucian?
Yeah,
I think they blind. Like if a mid laner gets Lucian, like they're like pretty comfortable. Lucian's a great champion to play in mid lane, always good fun, and he performs really well.
All right, let's bring up a tweet now. Hashtag IMOPL. M Kingston 782 has said that the NPC he or she would add to the game, an NPC that reminds you to buy wards and change your trinket. Do you need an NPC to do that? Just a friendly goblin
or
at the
you could be
store?
good at the game.
Hey, that's lame.
BM.
First you're saying you don't want to sound BM, and now you're BMing.
Yeah, BM the viewers.
Why don't you just call someone bad from OPL?
How long have we been having trinkets? 2 seasons nearly. if you're in my solo queue game and I still need a type saying, hey, Janna, can you switch to the upgraded sweeper trinket?
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
Like-
I forgot to swap my trinket out a few times.
Yeah,
but
see, I would
maybe
type
because I'm
that
hard
to you.
stuck. Maybe that's why I'm hard stuck. Maybe. Who knows? Haven't swapped my trinket out. Sorry, choo-choos. Don't AFK in my game.
I don't know, okay.
All right, let's grab
good
another
summer.
tweet on hashtag IamOPL. If I could add an NPC, I would add a yordle that only sighs at you when you walk by it. That's from Sir Ordinary.
Where
Not
would
a
it be?
functional
Where
NPC.
would
I
it
feel
be?
like that would creep me out, right? Like, I'd just be like autopilot, like I'm like tilted or something. I'm running through the river and someone's just like, and some just, and I'm just like, what the, you know? I feel like it's pretty.
Just sitting next to
Yeah.
FBI or something. Just
Someone
what's
breathing
wrong,
down
Jump
my
man?
scared.
neck. Yeah.
What's wrong, man? Yeah, where would it be? Probably be in a hot spot.
It has to be in river.
Probably
it
like
has
river.
To be.
Yeah. Yeah. Or,
Do you have an idea for an NPC you'd add to the game? Choose.
I'm a big fan of couriers.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
like
couriers.
someone who can go
Yeah.
get my items and then bring it.
So you
bring
don't
it
have to back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't need it back.
You're
Yeah.
lazy.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Very
I
lazy.
guess I'm
Juves?
lazy.
Give me a jungle shop.
Jungle
Where you can only
shop.
buy jungle items.
Ooh.
That'd be insane.
Exclusively jungle items.
Wait, that would actually be insane.
Put it
Hit
in
me
the
up-
ban pit.
Hit me up, Riot. I got ideas. Jungle shop where you can get like machete and you can upgrade to trackers or something or red smite, but you can't buy full item.
Oh,
right?
right.
Like, because then that'd just be broken.
Yeah.
Like, you just get like 3 kills, longsword in your jungle. But
And it would sell wards.
Yeah.
Like, you would be able to buy
Yeah.
wards out
I mean,
of
our
base.
roll's
And
only
swap out your trinkets.
our roll's only a 10-minute roll
and
anyway.
swap out your trinkets. Only sells level 9 trinkets.
My roll's only a 10-minute roll. I may as well be
Exactly.
able to buy wards.
Exactly. All right, tweet us hashtag IamOPL or let us know via Twitch chat what NPC you would add to the game and what it would do. But it's time for us to get into our second game of TM taking on AV. So let's watch some highlights from game number 1.
Gets a Shen
That
ultimate.
is great.
Submarine Janna coming out of TM. They will lock down Blinky and Shock
Goodbye,
collapses as
yes,
well.
the Twitch has picked up first kill as well.
Ooh, T-Gun flashing forward.
Oh.
Monsoons them back. Will get the heal off. Low probably
Where's
going to
the
die
Stand
to
United?
Jake. T-Gun gets the Shenyu ultimate as well. What the heck? Triple will flash, throws the culling out, but T-Gun's right
the goon.
behind him. The ganking Janna has arrived. Gets turned on, but runs away and only will tank up the rest of the damage, giving Low another kill.
Hey,
Pops
here we
out in
go.
the open, sprays and prays. Sybil jumps in. All the shields on the Twitch. No one can kill that guy at the moment. Praetor will come back in. They've already got T-Gun though, and Series is teleporting into the fight. Low's ultimate has expired. Double kill picked up by Triple. Low now getting jumped on. That's a triple for Triple. Make that a quadrant. No, it's not. Series steals it away, and that's going to be Baron to AV. And there is no damage from this TM lineup. All their damage has been put into the basket of Low. Only can't stand up to the Cockball or the Lucian, who gets a Knight's Vow for great measure as well. Nexus falls, and AV get a decisive game over TM.